Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bowers Tribe Facebook Tour. This is interview number 27, and this interview is going to start with some beats.
That was great,
Cool. Well, as you know, this is Michael here in Salt Lake City, Utah. We're kicking it in his awesome backyard, talking, hanging out, playing some drums. He has some other instruments we just couldn't fit in the interview we'd like to, but we've been chatting, and I had to wait for this guy to get back from California before I caught him, and I finally caught up with him. So I appreciate taking the time to do this with me and share with other people, maybe some personal stuff that on a personal level outside of just music and stuff. A lot of you know him as a local musician, different things like that. We will be posting a link below as well as some events he's got coming up below this video. But as you know, this is all about personal connection with real people. So Michael, you've been a lot of different experiences. You've been in the military, you've been in different states, you came back to Utah, you've had experiences with past religious affiliations. There's a lot of stuff happening. One thing I'd like to tap into that maybe people maybe could be actually helped with that's watching this video is like myself and others, and we talked a little bit about this, certain things and events like being in the military or different things sometimes can trigger and create what's called PTSD and also depression and things like that. I personally have experienced depression in my life, severe, and different things like that, to where you can't even get out of bed and so forth. And we were talking, and you talked a little bit about that experience. Can you talk a little bit about how and what that was like, and what you've done to kind of get through it? Let's say somebody's watching this video, and they're literally in the middle of what you were in the middle of 20 years ago. Give them, maybe I just want to share hope. What can somebody do that's maybe in that same situation that you were before you had tools?
Yeah. So part of the reason why I even got into meditational music, or just music in general, is because struggling with PTSD and depression, I needed an outlet. I needed to do something that would help me just kind of put all that energy that builds all the time into something. And instruments have really been probably something that's really saved my life time and time again.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what you're talking about when you talk about like not being able to get out of bed and stuff like that. I suffered for a good 2-3 years. That was pretty much all I could do, and I just found that I started meditating and I started playing around with crystal bowls and singing bowls and started playing with just different instruments. The didgeridoo especially really helped.
Yeah.
But if I was to tell someone like what they could do, if you're musical at all, definitely get an instrument. If you're not musical at all, still get an instrument and
Yeah.
become one.
Start doing something.
Start doing something. On really rough days, I find that to get out of bed, sometimes I just go run some hot water in a bath and maybe burn some incense, put some essential oils or lavender or whatever in the bath, and just try to get present. I like water because it's fluid and it helps movement. It's really relaxing, and I find that if I can get myself into that place, that usually after a nice hot bath, I'm at least in a place where I kind of feel like more motivated to do something rather than just be depressed.
Look at that. Now, speaking of motivation to do something, you've actually been participating with the VA hospital and doing sound sessions for the vets. Can you talk a little bit about what that experience has been like and what you've had, your feedback, what you got?
I'm a disabled veteran, and so I go up to the VA all the time for a variety of different programs, and they found out I was a musician about 2 years ago and started asking me to come at first and play teach guitar lessons, and so I was teaching different vets guitar lessons. But as they got to know me more, they were like, "Oh, you do all these other instruments?" Or like, would you come and do one of your meditational things?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." They're like, "Are you open to working with vets with PTSD, depression, anxiety disorder, bipolar, drug addiction, all different types of things? Is that cool with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for sure, you know." And I feel like anybody can benefit from this. And so working at the VA, I've been doing this every week for over a year now. And, you know, it's been such a gift, at least for me, to be able to just share something I absolutely love with others. But also because I've seen just a positive impact on both the staff at the VA and the vets. A lot of vets have reported back from not feeling pain during the sound meditations to they weren't able to they didn't think about their drug addiction, and they the whole time, to people with major anxiety coming in at first not sure if they wanted to stay, but then they stick around for a sound journey, and after they're done they're like, "Man, my anxiety's gone." And I just have learned a lot from serving them, how much it's served me, because even though I'm doing the sound journey and conducting it, it's amazing how I feel, because I'll come into the room and I'm not sure how I feel some days, and it can be difficult, but I find that every time that I do this, I feel better. And plus, it's like I'm giving to them, but they're giving back to me. And so it's this nice reciprocation
That's cool.
of energy. Yeah.
So even though you're not active military anymore, you're still literally serving your fellow vets. So I commend you. Like, that's awesome, man. So thank you so much for like taking it to a whole new level that the average person wouldn't even comprehend or even know exists. So that's way cool.
I kind of feel like I'm getting in through the back door to the man and healing the world from the inside with each vet. It's really fun.
That's way cool. Now, we're in his backyard, and we're like somewhere secretly in South Salt Lake, unless you know this guy. And so, and if you want to connect with what he's doing and different things like that, or learn more about what's going on, or maybe even kick it here in his awesome backyard, there's a fire pit, and he has like all sorts of instruments, and there's like studio equipment. There's like amazing stuff here. It's like really fun. I was like mind blown. Like, I just walked into a studio. What's up with this? And like I said, he's got some events too coming up. We're gonna post those below this video, but yeah, definitely stay in touch with what Michael's up to, because it's good stuff. And if you see him around, say hi, give him a good hug. He's like really good at like, being connected and just like doing things. And we've been off and on for like several years, and then the circles have come closer and closer. And we were at the same event last night, and it was like a miniature Burning Man. It was like awesome. It was like fire spinning and drumming and bowls and all sorts of awesome friends that we know that we connect that are in the community.
Beautiful.
And it's always nice to have these communities to come with and be a part of. And I know you said earlier, having that community helps you through some tough times now that you have that established here in Utah and other places. And so I'm grateful for that as well. Is there anything else you'd like to add to the interview?
I know just how much of an honor it is to be able to connect with so many amazing people in my life and through the community. I feel like there's such strength and love in our community, and I appreciate you, Chris, and what you're doing here. I think he's an awesome man and brother to be able to go around and show that, yes, social media is what it is, but we don't have to let it distance us.
Yeah,
we
bring
can
us
use
together.
it. We can connect with it, and I think that's wonderful that you're going around and doing that. And I love seeing your other interviews with other amazing people that we both love. And so,
well, I appreciate the kind words. And last statement I always end with, Michael, would you say it's safe to say they were friends in real life and not just on Facebook?
Definitely, brother. Absolutely.
Cool. Well, it's good playing with you. I look forward to playing with you and doing some music in the future. And I look forward to all the events we'll see each other over the next couple of years.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for checking in.